Let's get you an interesting and a very timely conversation with the management of Axis Bank, the MD of the company, of the bank rather. Amitabh Chaudhry talks to ET now about capital raising plans, liquidity crisis and their branded credit card with Flipkart. Listen in.
So right now, if you look at it, out of the two biggest e-commerce players, I think Amazon already has a deal with another bank. Flipkart has been evaluating this particular side of the business for the longest period of time, and they went through a pretty detailed process in evaluating who could be the right partner, kind of both the parties concluded that I think us coming together will make a lot of sense. We have spent a lot of time in the product proposition to ensure that it's not just that there are Flipkart, is there. Flipkart has a lot of customers. We have a lot of customers that we just come together. As you saw from the presentation, the effort which has gone into ensure that this is best in class has been quite a bit. Not only in just the best product proposition, but also make the whole journey seamless and ensure that the experience for the customers is what they're used to on an e-commerce site like Flipkart. So we are hoping that this can jumpstart the whole carding and giving credit out to customers who have not used that much credit in the past, make the journey seamless, and at the same time reaching out to some customers who have never taken a credit card in the past. It also obviously jumpstarts our story on being a leader on the payment side of the business. So we're looking forward to the positive. I mean, it has taken a lot of time to get here, because through that journey, Flipkart also had Walmart coming and taking them over. And Walmart has been very supportive of this particular effort. So we are looking forward to this partnership.
Also, you have spoken about the bank's intention to raise capital. So is it for any growth purposes, or do you have any plan in the pipeline that you are not disclosing to us right now?
No. I mean, we believe that it is very, very important to have the enabling resolutions in place if the time is right to raise capital. So as we've informed the stock exchange yesterday, that we intend to take permission of the board in the next board meeting to be able to raise capital as and when the right opportunity comes along, and that's all there is. We have no particular timing intention in mind at this stage. When we are ready to disclose, we'll be the first ones to disclose it. Absolutely no problem. Right now, we're just taking an enabling resolution.
Also, what is the timeline as far as infusing that capital is concerned, and do you plan to raise capital?
Right now, there is no timeline. The timeline is only for taking an enabling.
And do you plan to raise capital within this year?
Well, that resolution will, obviously, once we get the permission of the board, we'll talk about in what timeline we are talking about raising the capital and how long that permission lasts. Just give us another, 20th is our board meeting, so you will come to know on that day.
All right. As part of the budget announcement, the government said that they will be providing banks a credit guarantee so that you can buy high-profile NBFC assets. So are you looking to buy any? Is there any target that you have sought out so as to buy NBFC assets?
That particular proposition is only for the public sector banks, so obviously private sector banks are not included in that. I think the details of how the guarantee will be provided, that 6-month period is for next 6 months, or it is only for the first 6 months. Some of those things have to get clarified. Hopefully it will allow the public sector banks to also participate in buying out some portfolios. I mean, we have been doing that anyway for quite some period of time, so hopefully it can help some of the NBFCs who are facing some liquidity crisis. Let's see how it pans out. I think the details are still awaited.
All right. One last question. How are you looking at the liquidity crisis now? Can we say that the concerns are easing off?
See, as the governor rightly pointed out, there is no liquidity crisis in the system. The liquidity crisis is with NBFCs, where some of the NBFCs are struggling to raise money because I think maybe there are some questions or doubts have been raised about the quality of the portfolio or the asset liability mismatch they have. So I think the problem is localized to a certain sector and not necessarily to the system. I think there is enough liquidity in the system. The Reserve Bank of India has done over the last 6 months and taken a number of actions to ensure liquidity is back in the system. It is also reflected in the rates, government security rates which exist in the market. So NBFC crisis, I think, will take some time to sort it out, because there are quite a few companies where each of these companies have different kind of problems, different kind of asset profile. So it will take some time.